Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good people of the tube. About today, everything grand knows when you're old. What happened to my voice then? Anyway, hello everybody. We are on phone cam today because it's time for another close-up video. Today we're going to be looking closely at the Fender ST-62, which I recently had refinished by Scott at Golden Age era guitars. And it's absolutely amazing. So, without further ado, people of Tube, in this video, I'm going to give you basically a close up, and well, in a bit I'm going to play a little song on it as well, so there is some music as well. But for now, let's focus on the close up, and let me show you Scott's relicking on this because it's incredible. I've done some proper relicking on it as well through playing it now. I'll explain that when I get out, and it does basically give a really good close up of what it looks like. So let's go. Okay, Poopa, here we go. We're going to start on the body. We'll work our way up to the neck in a minute, but just this thing looks incredible. Let me see if we can get it focused. You can see in the light of the diffuser light here, the lacquer checking, and I'll get in really close on that in a sec, but my God, does this thing look amazing. This here is all me. This is all from playing it. Basically, the old nitrocellulose, it's so fragile, and because I play so heavy-handed with my right hand, this is all through playing the guitar. So, let's get in here. Might as well start on the plectrum wear. Okay, so yeah, this is how it's wearing so far. So you can kind of see the plectrum scratches in the diffuser light. You can see them around this area here of where I'm playing and just basically like scuffing up the finish. So that's the plectrum wear. It is a mint green guard. It's not really coming out very well on the camera, but it is a mint green guard. I cracked it here to simulate the cracks you get on the pre-CBS Strats. But this is not the original scratch plate to the ST either. If I move over here a little bit as well, underneath you can just about see it here. If I get in there. There we go. You can see the aluminium shielding guard as well, which I added there as well, because all pre-CBS Strats had this aluminium shielding guard that covered the entirety of the scratch plate. So underneath this scratch plate is an aluminium shielding guard in the same way as there is on the 62 Strat, which is there. So anyway, back to ST-62. So this is all me. Draw your attention here. This is something that Scott did. This is a dowel hole, and anybody who knows their vintage guitars will know that Fender, when they made these things, would mount the bodies on wooden dowels to do sanding and all sorts of, like, just basically finishing. And then once they were done, they would cut the dowel, and it would leave this hole in the guitar. And you can just about, if I get the camera to focus, you can see it there. It's like a circular thing. So, and again, you can see how the lacquer's checked as well. How Scott does this, I don't know. The man's a genius. That's all I can say. So, coming up here to the top horn, you can see it's amazing. And again, you can see the finish is absolutely perfect. It's absolutely stunning. And it's really cool as well, because you can see the yellow undercoat that Fender used to do to all their Stratocasters and Telecasters. They used to stain the bodies yellow. So, and it's something that Fender relics don't really have anymore. They miss out this yellowy tint underneath, and you can kind of, hopefully you can kind of see that. So, moving along, again, more plectrum scrapes here. You can see where I play it. Moving along, got some more chips and dents. Some of these chips are from me as well. Not many, but a few of them are. They've got some simulated arm wear. Again, you can really see the yellow there. You can see the older down here. So we're going to move up on here. I've got to say, the burst on this guitar is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Simulated kind of like arm wear there. Come around the back end. Let's focus in on that so you can really see the checking. There you go. Look at that. It's ridiculous. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the ST's original jack socket and jack input jack. The controls are the original ones that came with the ST-62. This one's been replaced at some point, but it is what it was on the guitar when I got it. It still has a 5-way selector in it. I'm just going to leave that for now, mainly because I can't afford to upgrade it, but change it to a 3-way. Original pickups as well, the vintage Stagger. As you can see if I come down here.
Hopefully. There we go.
And they've actually yellowed off. The original pre-CBS plastics actually don't really yellow off too much. The 62 Strats are actually still white, but I really like the way these look, so I want to keep them. And these pickups are literally amazing. Moving on to Tremolo. We have pending saddles with the kind of correct tooling marks and stuff like that, and it's got, it's all the right kind of thing. I got these saddles were actually given to me by my friend Mark, so thank you very much, Mark. Amazing. They look so good. They look really cool. I actually added these tooling marks on the back here. I added those because a lot of CBS Strats have these kind of like scratches on the saddles, and these ones didn't have it, so I put them in just to add an extra little bit of authenticity, if you will. So yeah, and again, just coming out and showing you the burst in its glory, absolutely stunning. So before we go on to the back, I'm going to go to the neck really quick. So here's the ST's. It does need a refret. The frets are, well, they're very low now. You can see the clay dots are, well, the neck needs a clean actually. But the rosewood is so dark on this guitar, you can really see it. It's so dark. These are the clay dots that I put in myself, and they've really dirtied out now, and they look really, really cool. But the rosewood on this neck is absolutely amazing. It's really, really dark and gorgeous. I love it to bits. I am going to get a bone nut for this at some point, but I'm not in any rush. That's the headstock. It's got a nylon washer under the string tree instead of a steel one. It's just what the ST had when I got it. I haven't really changed it. So I'm going to turn it over now. So let's look at the back. Before we go to the body, let's look at the neck. So we have Kluson Deluxe machine heads, these reproductions, but they are period correct machine heads. The originals were just no brand Kluson style. Moving on to the neck, it's got no finish on the back of the neck apart from little bits and places here and there. I did this. I took all this off because I don't really like finish on the neck anyway. Doesn't really do it for me anymore. I find it a bit sticky. There's the made in Japan stamp with the serial number, and then you get the Fender neck plate. I was actually thinking of changing this and getting one with a period correct serial number, but eventually I thought, I'm not going to bother, and it's not. I can't focus in now because it's like a mirror. There we go. Okay, so moving on to the back. Again, looks amazing. I love how it's got this kind of like shadow of where the backplate would have been. I think that's so cool. But again, if we just get in here, you can see kind of like the yellow staining that Scott does, and then you can see the actual real wood. And this is something that Fender did back in the day. But how Scott does this, I don't know. The man's an absolute genius. And I do love the fact that the tremolo cavity is still black. This is the lacquer from the ST-62 in there still. I love it. I love the fact that it's still got a shadow of its former life. It does have a period corrector steel block tremolo in there as well. I like my springs in parallel. And that is pretty much it, people, with the tube. Like I said, I'll just give you a bit of a walk around the back because you can really see the detail. Oh, let me try and find the wooden dowels as well, because Scott does the wooden dowels in the body, again, just to be kind of like totally authentic. I think the one up here is easier to find. Yeah, the one up here is a lot easier to see. You can just see it there. So you can see the wooden dowels. There's two in the front and the back. Like I say, if you follow the series as well, I did drill the correct period holes, one behind the D string and one in the back neck plate as well. But here's some buckle rash where it just looks amazing. This guitar does, it really does, and it is the most perfect sunburst I've ever seen. It just looks absolutely stunning to me. I love it to bits, and I can't wait to see what this is going to look like in a few years. I really can't. It's so cool. Anyway, like I said, I'll just give you a bit of a quick overview. There's my knee. You don't want to see that. It's not as pretty as this. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like I said, I can't thank Scott enough for this. the work he put in was absolutely incredible. It really is. So, link to Scott's website is in the description box below. Golden Age era guitars. This is insane. Absolutely insane. I love it to bits. And I did think about getting the 62 done, but that's not going to happen because I'd lose its history and I don't want to do that. So, but my God, look at the finish. It's so good. So anyway, PeopleTube, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, it's just a quick one, just to give you a closer look of the ST-62, and basically the relic wear that Scott's done, like some of the relic wear that's happening now because I'm playing it. But my God, this thing looks absolutely amazing. The burst is just so perfect. It really is. He really nails like that look of a pre-CBS era Strat or Telly or Jag or anything. You know, the man's a genius. Really is. Can't recommend him enough. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. If you do like this video and you like what I do here, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below. And I'll see you again well, I'm going to put another video up of me just doing a little bit of a jam on this. Probably it'll be about 7 o'clock. So if you're seeing this after 7 o'clock on the day this video goes out, it's already out. But I'm going to put it up an hour later. Just so to kind of like this video has a bit of time to kind of settle. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I hope I hope it's kind of like you can see this. And if you're after a vintage refin on your guitar, then Scott is the man to call. The man's a genius. Can't recommend him enough. This is absolutely incredible. This guitar. It feels amazing. Oh, job's a good one. Job's a good one. So and also when I set out to make the ST-62 as close to a vintage Strat as I could, I never expected it to look this convincing. I mean, because I'm a lucky bugger and I've seen the original, real original ones of these. This is so close to an original. This actually looks more like an original than my actual 62 Strat does, which is mental. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I'll see you again. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and yes, goodbye now. Thank you much indeed for watching.